was just curious, we were talking last week about who would become the next president. And I remember you telling me that you don't get involved in politic affairs or government politics. And I was just wondering, do you pay your taxes?
Well, that's a good question. How about if I show you the answer from the Bible? I have mine with me. It's found in the book of Romans. And here in chapter 13, verse 1, it says, "Let every soul be in subjection to the superior authorities, for there is no authority except by God. The existing authorities stand placed in their relative positions by God." So here we can see that the government authorities that we have today are allowed to be there by God. But then let's look over here in verses 6 and 7. And it says, "That is why you are also paying taxes, for they are God's public servants, constantly serving this very purpose. Render to all their dues. To him who calls for the tax. To him who calls for the tribute. To him who calls for fear, such fear. To him who calls for honor, such honor." So here you can see where we're not only told that we need to respect those governments, but we also need to pay taxes. I'm sure that you agree that we all benefit from those taxes. We can see this in the public school system that we have, in the road maintenance, and even in some of the government-assisted programs that we have. So even though I would not take sides in deciding who the next president would be, we actually talked about that a little before, where I said that I would be praying personally for God's government to be here on earth, and you said that you prayed for that same government. But still, I would need to respect the authorities of the government that we have now and honestly pay my taxes.
Okay, these scriptures are very convincing. But I know there's a lot of people who don't pay taxes and they go to jail.
And you're right. But as Jehovah's Witnesses, we do our best to try and be honest in all of our dealings with the government. But I see that our break time is almost over. Anytime you have questions about my beliefs, I hope that you feel free to come and ask me about those.
I do. I have a couple more questions. I've heard a lot about Jehovah's Witnesses, and I appreciate you sharing these scriptures with me. So can we get together on our next lunch break next week?